Welcome to Smack Talk, as always, link down below in the description box to credit WWE. So the show started off pretty neat. I thought we had John Cena that opened up with a pretty interesting promo, as always. I really liked how, well, first of all, he was funny, and how he was going along with the what chance. He was like, what? I was a referee? What? I've been an official? What? A backstage correspondent? Okay, I'm running out of stuff to say here. You got me. Just that little extra interaction was really, really nice. And then what's not mentioned here is that Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa came out. They said nothing, and then they left. Exactly. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar defeated the Street Profits. Again, this was interesting because they're clearly kind of heel because Bobby Lashley's like bopping people from behind, cheap shotting and stuff like that. And that's exactly what happened during the match. Angelo Dawkins ends up getting pinned. And then there was a little promo in the back and Bobby Lashley was upset. He was like, listen, I want the suits back, the rings back. Come on, man. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. I get it. It's just a show. But sometimes there's some things I still don't buy and I find very, very bizarre. And yes, I did write some notes over here. All right. Yeah, so that was very bizarre for me. This was a really good match. Asuka defeats Io Sky to retain the women's championship. That's actually kind of funny because it's the other way around. Ah, you didn't get me there, WWE. Oh no, Asuka's not the champion. Do you know how many times WWE have screwed up their own websites? I just wanted to read it as it was shown there. It's like when they mixed up Bayley with Bianca Belair. And it's usually with the women. I'm just being real. Oftentimes, if there's a complete omission of a match or they mix up something, it's usually the women. So Io Sky returned. I did it. Retained her championship belt. Charlotte was there. Distraction in a good way. But then Asuka got distracted by that. And she lost. So it was like such a great match. And then near the end, it was like, really? That's how it ends? They couldn't have just had like a normal, non-distracting match. But whatever. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defeat the Brawling Brutes. It's a pretty good match. Don't really have anything good or bad to say. So I'm still kind of like, yeah, this is pretty neat. I got to admit it. The Austin Theory and Grayson Waller as a team, they're like the perfect narcissists. Not too sure where Sheamus was, because I'm used to like Brawling Brutes, everybody coming out, whatever. Let me see if there's anything else. Wow, that escalated quickly. Yeah, so they were going to have a match, right? With the Bloodline, Jimmy. And the whole night was really weird because he's kind of disrespecting Paul Heyman big time. Solo doesn't really quite know what to make of it. They had made the match. Sorry, not that they were going to have a match. Sorry, they were going to have a signing because they are having a match at Fastlane. See? Maybe I'm the one that wrote this article. And that never happened because AJ got attacked in the back. Now, what I don't like about that, I'll tell you this. Excuse me, when AJ got attacked, the refs, everybody was there like a fly on shit. Like they were on top of that. Hey, break it up. Get an ambulance. All this stuff. John Cena at the end comes out. He gets his ass beat. Nobody comes out. There's no refs coming for him. Would they all hop into the ambulance with AJ Styles? I don't know. Where was the OC? They were there. But he got jumped again. The OC could have come back while Carl Anderson went in the ambulance. And I think I don't know where Luke Gallows was. Might have still been there. I'm just saying it would have been nice. I think there's going to be a little bit more dissension there because it's a couple times now he's getting attacked and all this sort of stuff. And AJ's been getting angry at the OC. I don't know if that's going to play into something. Uh, yeah, so it was just kind of like, I don't know. They just kept going on and on. Oh, as for the whole Asuka and Io, I forgot to say this. It was their first time doing a one-on-one, and then Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, they had like a little funny movie thing, little vignette, whatever you want to call it. And I have to admit, it was kind of funny. This is the part I was telling you about Bobby Lashley demanding, giving the suits back and the rings and all that kind of stuff. I don't remember this. I might have been taking a piss. I don't know. I literally have Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I mean, I remember them. I don't really care much for them. Put a curse on women's tag team title. Yeah, Jimmy's just all like, I don't know. He's just acting really weird. Like he's kind of running the place, but he isn't. And Solo's trying to keep composure. Yeah, there was the little video there. It was, I have to admit, that was funny. I was like, all right. That was good. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I don't think I did. Nope. So what? How long was this video? Like 5 minutes? Yeah, literally like barely 5 minutes. Well, that's good because I'm looking and I'm like, I can't think of anything else to say. I'm looking at all the segments. No, Cody Rhodes wasn't. That could have been a flashback that they were doing because they showed like The Rock and all that and from last week and 150 million plus views now. I think it's the most watched social media video on YouTube or whatever this year or something like that. It's a pretty big deal. I feel like this is my shortest video ever. Did I forget something? I don't think so. Was there only like 3 matches? I don't know, but if I missed something, let me know, because I feel like, do I got to go back and watch the show now? Pretty sure I covered everything. So yeah, as always, this feels weird. Yeah. Anyways, if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. And if you didn't like the video, okay, I did make my webcam a little bit bigger. Usually it's like a lot bigger. No, it's not. Usually it's around here. Yeah. When I make video game stuff, I have it down here. Anyways, thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. We'll break off Solo Sikoa's thumb off in your ass. I could promise you that's going to hurt a lot more than your own thumb in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that'd be great now, wouldn't it? But if not, exactly. I don't even need to finish that sentence anyways. It's obvious what I'd like. It's all about what it is you want. In another video, I may address Matt Riddle, who got released yesterday. Man, that really sucks. Not going to get into it like I said in this video. I almost feel like I should. Should I? You know what? This was such a short video. I feel like I'm ahead of schedule. Yeah, so let's get into it really quick. Really quick. So Matt Riddle got released. I'm going to say some stuff. I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to be blunt. Okay? And we're just going to leave it at that. This is my wrestling channel. I might get into a few little things here, like talking about Chris Benoit and some things that might be a little divisive, that could be slightly political in nature. I don't want to cause a division here like I do on my news, politics, controversy channel, okay? I already do enough of that on that channel. I don't need to start dividing my base here, my little base that I have. But Matt Riddle has been alleged, okay, to have done a lot of just not good stuff with women. Pretty sure you can take a guess. It's not that I don't want to say the word. It's we live in a world where on YouTube, some big people have had their content stolen by Netflix. They made a documentary on the guy's content and then tried to block his own content. Then that same person, such bad luck. That's how good his content is. Such bad luck, he just merely talked about Russell Brand and how his YouTube channel got demonetized for the alleged stuff that supposedly he did with women. And now he thought that was interesting because he didn't break any YouTube rules. He hasn't even been formally charged, but yet he got... Say, I just took a risk by just saying that. That's all the guy said. And his thing got demonetized. Like, that is pretty wild. At least that one video did. I don't think his whole channel got demonetized, but that one video did. So going back to Matt Riddle, there has been over time a lot of people that are just throwing him under the bus. And there could be a good reason for that. Okay, I don't know enough. I haven't done the private eye Sherlock Holmes investigative work on him. But apparently he was in a rehab and all that back and forth, and that's why he was gone for a while. Uh, Seems like a nice guy. Again, I don't know him personally, right? But there's definitely some troubling issues in his life. And it looks like he just kind of went through all his chance cards and he paid for it and now he's gone. Now, obviously, I'm hoping that the allegations aren't true for obvious reasons. And then there was that thing at the airport where he said he got groped by a cop at the JFK airport. Supposedly he was intoxicated. Then a bunch of other people saying, nah, man, that's just propaganda bullshit. It's false. And that's possible. In the end, I wasn't there. OJ Simpson, I'm going there. I wasn't there. Okay? Like, I've been through some shit when I was in my late teens, early 20s, when I used to hang around a lot of people and be super social until it became a lot more like a hermit, keeping to myself. A lot of that is trust in people, being blamed of saying things, doing things that you didn't do, some really bad stuff, okay? And it wasn't true, plain and simple. But that affected me because I had some people I thought that were my friends and they didn't give me the benefit of the doubt. And then it took like a couple of months or whatever for the truth to come out. And then people coming back to me going, you know what? Sorry about that. It's like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you get called something, you're told you did something, and you just automatically, oh my God, he must have done it. And it's sad because we live in a world where this kind of stuff that Matt Riddle, Russell Brand, and all these people are being accused of does happen a lot. It's not exactly uncommon. So when a person decides to do that, in the instance that it ends up being a fake call out, people on the outside, they don't know. They weren't there. Well, 3 people said it. 2 people said it. What are the chances? Apparently, they could be pretty good. Because that's what happened in my specific situation. So maybe that's why it hits a little bit home. Hits hard a little bit home. Hits home a little bit hard. I can't speak. So for me, that was a life lesson. No matter how many people you hear someone tell you that the sheep is a wolf or the fish is a chicken, whatever, it doesn't necessarily make it true just because more people are parroting that information. Give people the benefit of the doubt. So if I could talk to Riddle, I'd be like, look, man, I feel bad. I've been through that before. Giving him the benefit of the doubt. It's not buttering him up. But then I'd go to the alleged victims and I'd do the same thing. You know what I mean? If I were to talk to them, I'd be like, I'm terribly sorry you went through that. That's must have been difficult. But in the back of your mind, keeping guard that these people could be full of shit equally. And just because I like and know Matt Riddle, or I'd like to like him, and I don't know these other people, doesn't mean that their stance is not as important. No, it's equal. Like if Matt Riddle really did that stuff, then you know what? Fuck him. Right? Same thing with Ric Flair and the plane ride from hell. I still don't know what to make of that. Because he seems pretty sincere in being like, look, man, I didn't do it. Then he called some people out, and some people like RVD and a couple other people, I can't remember their name off, Tommy Dreamer. It's like, oh yeah, he did that. And it's like, well, just because 2 people, 3 people said something. I mean, again, it's one of those things where if I saw Ric Flair, or if I saw the people that supposedly he did those things to, I would just treat them neutrally like it didn't happen. Not because I don't think it didn't happen. It's because I wasn't there. It can be very difficult sometimes to really come to a conclusion. I keep going to the OJ thing because I see him on Twitter sometimes and, people chit-chat with him and he interacts with us a little bit like the people that decide to interact with him. He's an interesting character. He has a lot of good takes on football and stuff like that. He's such a big controversial person. OJ Simpson, the whole Nicole Brown, Ron Goldman there. I followed that case live, by the way, in the 90s. And so many people are like, oh, he's guilty as shit. And the other people, no, he didn't do that. Kind of like COVID again. COVID, oh my God, it's the bubonic plague. It's worse than that. It's the end of the world. Wear 10 masks. Hell, even wear a condom for the fun of it, just in case. And the other side, it doesn't even exist. Never mind, it's not as bad as it doesn't even exist. And I'm sitting there in the middle going, which group are the cuckoos? Because I'm already pretty wacky to begin with, but I just don't know which group is wackier than me. And I know I'm not as wacky, I'd like to think, because, again, I take that neutral ground. It's not that I'm fence sitting. It's not that I'm afraid to make a decision. It's I'm admitting that I don't know enough about the situation, even after all these years with COVID, for example. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, my quick first thought is, I think it is the real deal. It's worse than the flu, but I don't think it's as bad as the bubonic plague, right? Like it's got like a 98% survival rate, whatever. I just mean like on the surface, I do feel like, sure, I should be a little bit more cautious. Maybe not quite as extreme as some people I've seen, but completely dismissing it like it's nothing. That's not quite the side that I'm on. But for those that are, guess what? That's cool. I respect that. Everybody sees things differently. Just because you tell me the sky is blue, what if I'm colorblind and to me the sky's orange? Right? Just because most people see it blue doesn't mean it's not orange for me. I'm not colorblind. I'm just giving you a weird example there, if that even made any fucking sense. So that's why coming full circle now with the whole Matt Riddle thing. I do feel bad. I do, because I'd like to think he's a decent person. He was really, really close with Randy Orton. Randy Orton is making his return soon. There's no doubt they were probably going to do something with Riddle. I mean, Randy's last match that just lost the championship with Riddle. That's a huge thing from a story perspective. But yeah, if it's true that he did all these things, then screw him. But if the JFK airport thing was the thing that was the final nail in the coffin, that's kind of screwed up, because you'd think, like, look at the whole thing with like the Chris Benoit and all that. They gave a memorial or a tribute to him the following day or whatever it was, because they didn't know. Again, they gave him the benefit of the doubt. You find out a bunch of people died in the house. You don't assume it's the person in the house that did it automatically. But then what did they do when they found out it was Chris Benoit? They're like, forget that guy. They completely erased him. Hogan screams the N-word. They erased him. Give it a little bit of time. Time heals all wounds, apparently. Boom, let's bring him back like it never happened. Because people deserve a second, a third, fourth chance, I guess. I've given people multiple chances that may not have deserved it. And I'm nowhere near perfect either. But anyway, so these are all just these life things that I come across that I either personally experience and go through and can kind of share that sentiment with a person. Even if I don't know the actual full story and the actual facts. I don't know for a fact whether or not Riddle did these things. But if it was pretty obvious that he did, then why wasn't he let go before? Because they let go of him for just failing to pass, rather, the wellness test. I'm pretty sure WWE takes those things seriously. Like I said, look at the Hogan thing. They completely roasted him like he never even existed. It's Hulk Hogan. You know how hard it is to get rid of Hogan? Not that hard, apparently. Drop an N-word and you're gone. You are gone. So, coming back to the whole thing, I used to be into drugs, alcohol. I had a lot of... I was a good troubled person. I wasn't causing trouble for anybody else. I was just self-harming myself. Nobody else was on the brunt of that. But it was really bad. The pills, just everything. I was like a junkie, really. There's no sugarcoating it. No, that's not why I blink 182 miles an hour. That's because of the lights. My eyes get dry and stuff like that. As soon as I turn that stupid fucking light off, my blinking goes away. But I'm trying to have my camera look like Hollywood production here with my $2 fucking Dollarama light ring on my DSLR camera. Yeah, so I have like an $800 camera, but I have a $2 light. I got a $200 light, but it's no better than that one. Anyways, I'm getting off track, and that's the ADHD brain. So I could relate to that, being accused of something that he says he didn't do, whatever. Let's say we go with that. And then I was getting invested in him, getting to know him more. As he's been around for a while, he was in UFC. Then there's rumors, well, now that they merged, maybe Dana White or something like that might have had something to do with it. Yeah, get rid of that Riddle. He's trouble. We don't want him as a part of our team. And they have a good amount of control. I think it's 51-49 control over the WWE. I could be wrong about that with the UFC WWE merger. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. Take that with a grain of salt. So there's so many reasons, but I don't think it's because of the allegations. Because like I said, those have been around for a while. And if that, like I said, didn't can him, I don't see why it would have canned him now. So maybe, like I said, maybe they found out that at the JFK thing, it was true that he was never assaulted. There's cameras there. I don't know. Maybe they were able to see his whole time there and just saw that it was just him stumbling around. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to go to Twitter to get my facts. Some people are like, he didn't do it. He wasn't drunk. Were you there? So like I said, it could be confusing sometimes. It can be difficult to choose, to decide what side to be on. COVID, was it really all that or not as much or somewhere in between? Is Riddle really that bad of a person? Not really, somewhere in between, but just enough to say adios muchachos. I don't know. Either which way, to me, just the whole situation's sad. With everybody else that's been let go, Dolph Ziggler, just everybody. It's and then Bray Wyatt a couple of weeks ago. It just feels like it's been a depressing couple of weeks. Then they bring back The Rock and John Cena and trying to bring back some dinosaurs to make us feel better. Great. It's the fucking Adam and Eve of SmackDown. So yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. That now let's take a look at how long that video is. There we go. 22 minutes. That's more like it, because normally my videos are about 15 to 20 minutes. I don't understand why I still think like I missed a match or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But who cares? Because I don't expect anybody to have made it to the end of the video. I've already said all that shit. This post stuff was for my VIPs. Take care. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.